here to say congratulations. You're the winner. You get to see Pouncer for a few minutes. We only have a couple minutes, so we figured we'd pop in and say hi. Pouncer had a good day because he stuck his head in the toilet bowl for the whole morning. Then he got all wet. Then he jumped on me and started giving me kisses with, a disgustingly wet head. It wasn't sticking his head in dirty water, but, it's a little bit dirty. Who would do that? Who would do that? What kind of a cat would do that? What do you see, buddy? Here, have a toilet. Have a toilet. So, let's see who shows up or not. We were on TikTok. We went live. We're just killing some time because we're going to go to the park. And sometimes you'll see at night for the park or, Pouncer's on a spiritual journey. So we go to churches, temples, mosques, you name it. In Ramadan, we try to go to the mosque more. But at night, there's fewer people because sometimes you get scared of the people and they're nice open space. What do you see? What do you see? I don't know. So the nice open spaces, but he can see. So you'll see if I have like the flash on, that's mostly for me and you. So I could just see where I'm going because he'll take me like 7 miles in the woods. And so you guys can see. What is it, buddy? You see, like this is a good example. You can see and hear things that I don't. And sometimes we'll be in like the woods and, his ears pop up and his tail inflates and he starts like, what are you eating? Don't eat that. Bro, that's my Mets hat. Don't eat that. Kisses, okay. Kisses, okay. Mets rule. The Mets rule. And then, like, sometimes 5-10 minutes later, I'll hear it. And it could be things that are so slight. And I have to really pay attention. It could be like a tiny animal. Or, in the summer, it could be a firefly with swaggers the same way as Dad. And it lands, and then it's crazy because you learn to be like a better observer of things. You learn so much having a serval. They're not, it's hard having a serval. They're hard pets to care for. They're wild animals. They need an outdoor enclosure. You have to take them places every day. They have a special diet that's utterly disgusting. You're going to have to invest money in a lot of things, like a meat grinder, things that just come up, a lot of things. It's a lot. And the vet bills are going to be $2,000 a visit on a lucky day. And I take them to the vet a lot. So there's that. But they're funny. They're so funny. And you'll just laugh your ass off all day to the crazy antics. It's just so much fun. But it's also so much work. So it's a decision. But they're not legal everywhere. So you have to look into your state laws and then the laws of your local municipality to figure it out. In any case, so I have Swaggers. You can read his story in our bio. Um, he's the daddy. And then Pouncer popped out, 5 months ago, 21 weeks ago. And they have like the complete just personalities that are just antithetical to each other, just completely opposite. Swaggers is nuts. You probably know. You've seen him. And Pouncer's always been so sweet. He's just he's got just a sweet, sweet heart. And he's gentle. Even though he does a lot of crazy things in my hands and arms, you see him all bloody. That's not his fault. That's just him playing. And I tickle his belly. And I could easily wrap them up, but I just don't care. We have fun and it heals right away. So if it's bad, I just wrap it up. Heals for spray with alcohol. And then it heals in a couple of days. But I really don't care. Now, with his dad, with Swaggers, man, I got scars that you can't imagine. Every day when he's over, right now he's making more babies in Alabama. But when he stays with me, which is usually North Carolina, we got a bunch of places in different states. Every day, and I lived with him for 4 years straight in the same place. He bites my ass at 3:21 a.m. and it hurts so badly. And it's not for food; it's to play. He wants to play, and he doesn't care how you feel. It's just terrible, And it sounds funny. Oh, he bit your butt. Oh, yeah. Until you see the scars, like real scars. And it's not like a non-venomous snake bite where you get 2 puncture wounds. You get 4. And Look, it hurts. I'm telling you the truth. It hurts. What are you doing? You want smart food? You want smart food? I could hypnotize his dad, but it doesn't work with Pouncer. Maybe it just did. Good night. Look at those ears. See those white spots behind his ears? They say that that's so that when a predator creeps up behind them, they'll think that that the serval cat is a bigger animal than it really is. So they don't even have to turn around. Now, I don't know if it works or not. But that's what they say. But they say a lot of things. They say a lot of things, like they'll say online that servals hiss as a means of communication, that they're just telling each other whatever, they're having conversations. And they'll say things to you when they're happy or sad or indifferent or whatever. No, 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 no. Their hissing is exactly what it seems like. When they're pissed off, they'll hiss and hit. Just watch the videos, you'll see. They do not hiss as a means of communication. It's just not true of them. It's not true of caracals or lynxes. When they hiss, they mean it. So if you take that as them just talking to you, you're making a big mistake because, now they're going to take that next step, which is to scratch and maybe bite. So you got to be careful. That's another myth about their hissing. There's all sorts of myths about them. But, they call them wild animals, whatever that means. I can never define that term. An indoor cat, a regular kitty cat gets outdoors, it's a wild animal. Even if it doesn't, it's a wild animal. I lived in Egypt for a long time, and the dogs there were wild animals that walked around in packs. So I don't know what a wild animal is. But servals certainly act different than domestic cats. So you got to be really prepared to make a major commitment if you're going to have a serval. And, being that they're not... Enzo, how you doing, buddy? Patrick, say hi to Enzo. He says hi. See, he's giving you kisses. Even though, they're not legal anywhere. They're not legal everywhere, I mean. So, if they're not legal, you might be able to get a Savannah cat, which is a hybrid of a serval and a regular cat. And they're pretty cool, too. They're also hyper. I mean, they're hyper, but what are you doing, man? You're eating my Mets hat? Come on, I really like this hat. How about, not? Don't pine. Don't pine. See, when he looks at it, sometimes he'll pounce on it. So a lot of times when servals are legal, the Savannah cats will be legal, so you can have something that has serval blood and that they're funny too. Now he's gonna eat my shirt. What's up, B? How you doing? He's adorable. Say thank you. Look, Enzo says you're adorable. Yeah, when he sniffs like that, it means thank you. Thank you, Enzo. What's the word, B? How you doing? Been enjoying the content. Thank God you're the one. It's always nice to have, a few people that pop up and get to share the journey, because if you look at the videos, you'll see that, mostly it's a venomous working through my final days before I get a different job. That's an exciting time. I hope that works out well for you. I'm sure it will. It's an exciting time. New possibilities, right? I hope that you feel positive about it. Boop, boop, boop. So anyway, getting back, I was posting venomous snakes for a long time. Long story short, then I started to post Pouncer as a baby. So the people that have been watching that, and the snake people, the new viewers either way, or the old viewers, I don't know what I'm talking about. Everyone's got to see him grow up, and it's interesting because when he's a little baby, it's laggy. Sorry. Yeah. So, it's interesting because, when he was a baby, I take him to the park. He goes to a different park every day, well, twice a day. And I took him on the swings. There's a video on that. But then I took him again now he's like a big boy, a big baby. I took him on the swings again. And when I watch those videos together, I connect them. It's crazy how he's grown. It's only been 21 weeks. I mean, look, he's 21 weeks old. So, take away 7, he was 14 weeks when I got him. There's only been 14 weeks you're watching. So, it's incredible. It's not like a human baby. I'm sorry that it's fuzzy, guys. I really don't know what to do about that. I apologize. It's not like a human baby. Everyone's like, oh, they grow so fast, and they do, but not like this. Not like this. This is insane. And the funny thing is, he doesn't even eat that much. Pouncer doesn't care about food. He cares about play. When he's in the car, usually he sleeps because we travel. We go to all sorts of places. And he'll usually sleep. Or if we go somewhere, like a store or something, if he doesn't come with me, he loves his toys. If he doesn't come with me, he'll just sleep in the car. But believe me, from the time he wakes up till the time he goes to bed, if he had his way, once it's normal and we're in one of our places or in one of his enclosures, man, all he wants to do is play. They're play cats. That's what they do. They're not like lap cats. And if you see videos of Pouncer with me and we're just chilling on the bed, I'm giving him kisses, that's just Pouncer being sweet. How does he get along with his dad? His dad would kill him immediately. So, yeah, Swaggers is like a more typical serval on, insane steroids. Swaggers is crazy, man. I once took Swaggers to the vet to see if he was literally crazy. And the lady said, well, he's certainly different than any serval I've ever seen. And she goes, let me talk to my colleague. So she brings in this other guy, this other vet, and so that guy decided to give Swaggers a shot. I said, all right, just don't let him. His mom is very sweet. I don't know her that well, to be honest. All cats are crazy. Yeah, that's for sure. But Swaggers is a special case. So I said, just don't show him the needle. He knows what it is. Swaggers is incredibly intelligent. He does things you can't imagine, right? So, of course, he shows him the needle, and Swaggers just hit him. He just punched him in the face and broke his glass. So the guy charges me next to $300. It was just a whole nightmare. Once we went to a pet shop and he ate a parrot, and that became a whole thing. That was not fair, really, because we were there to help for a birthday party, and this little girl was turning 3, and so the guy owns with my buddy. So I said, all right, I'll go and I'll bring him because they asked me to. So I get there and I'm like, yo, don't let the leash go. Just you hold the leash. You could let them see him. And Swaggers likes children. They can pet him, fine. I'm going to go to the other section and buy him a toy. I'm going to buy him some of those tennis balls, right? So I go there, and like 5 minutes later, I hear like, and it was a parrot, like a $4,000 double yellow-headed Amazon parrot, and he ate him. So all the kids are traumatized. Now, I'm a little traumatized because I'm thinking of the price. Yeah, no, it's true. And I'm wondering, like, why couldn't he have a parakeet? They're like $20 when he has to have the most expensive parrot. So, now the guy and I, like, we go to, we have a fight after the party, and he says, you got to pay for the bird. I said, bro, listen, I'm here as a favor to you. We came here to be nice. The reason the reason Swaggers ate that bird was because you let that little girl hold the leash and I told you not to. I mean, I did. I swear to God I did, So, that was just stupid on his part. And he doesn't really want to admit that. So, yeah, right? Expensive taste. It felt like it was from a movie. It was just surreal. But it was terrible. So, long story short, we started to fight over a long time. And it got to be such a pain in the ass that finally I said, look, all right, Doug, I'll give you $1,500 if you just stop. I don't want to hear like threats about going to court. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to pay for a lawyer. You don't want to pay for a lawyer. I was doing you a favor. You made the mistake. Whatever. Just here's $1,500 and we'll call it a day. So, goes without saying I haven't hung out with him for a long time now, Doug. But it's a shame because honestly, I always liked him and thought he was a good guy. He's an animal lover, but look, he messed up, man. Giving that leash to a 3-year-old kid, even if it was just for a second, like he said, and he's blaming me for Swaggers being wild. He knew all this. We had videos up then. He knew all this. That's why he invited us, right? So I could have taken a different animal there, but he asked for Swaggers. So look, he ate a parrot. Yeah. No, he did not want to be accountable. He didn't want to be responsible. It really was unfair. And he has a very successful business too. And I was trying to help him. Look, it's hard to help people. I called up St. Jude's not long ago, like a month ago, the Children's Hospital, saying I want to do a fundraiser, and we're gonna do martial arts demonstrations from like 20 different schools, and I'm gonna do a magic show with swaggers, and I do magic. I'm not good at it, but I can do magic for like children. And Swaggers is my assistant, the worst assistant ever, because like when he disappears, he'll make sounds, and everyone knows where he is. But anyway, I use it. So they didn't believe me. Like, why would you not believe me? People give them donations all the time, but they didn't believe I was going to do a fundraiser. It can be very hard to help people. You try, but I guess it wasn't. It didn't seem like a normal thing. Yeah, Swaggers has done a lot of things. I mean, he's done things that are truly terrible that I will never fully tell anyone about. He's done some really terrible things. And I'm not talking about just breaking a vet's glasses. He's done some terrible things. But, he's also there's a side to him that's very sweet. And he really won't sleep if I don't tell him a bedtime story and give him his teddy bear. He'll stay up the whole night. Another thing with Swaggers, he gets insomnia once in a while. And I mean like real insomnia, where like he won't sleep for a month, and he's walking around, he'll have dreams while he's walking around, and he drives me crazy. I gotta wake up early in the morning. He just drives me insane. It's just terrible. When Swaggers has insomnia, I wind up with the symptoms of insomnia, and I gotta work, man. It's just terrible. And then I'll try to like put him in a different room. And look, I'll tell you, Swaggers knows how to open doors. Swaggers can open the refrigerator and just take my lasagna and walk in front of me when I'm on the couch. I'll take it to his room and eat it. You know, man, at night, Swaggers will walk around the kitchen and just throw pots on the floor just to wake me up. When he has insomnia, my whole world changes. But the only good thing is I can honestly hypnotize Swaggers. Look it up, you'll see. Like I can hypnotize him whether he's inside, outside, wherever he is. I just doesn't work on Pouncer. I go, Swaggers, you're getting tired. I'll start to whisper, like your eyes are very heavy. And his eyes get very heavy, and then he just goes to sleep. But he doesn't stay asleep for a long time. Man, it's hard to talk. I got four teeth that were like damaged. I'm not telling you how. I did something a little stupid. But they pulled them out. What was left of them yesterday. And now, yeah, look, I'll show you. I'll show you. Look, I like God. God. So it's so hard to talk. But that's me still. But Pouncer, he's honestly been taking care of me, man. He's been such a good boy. Spinning a gold coin on the string. Hey, hey, are you biting your dad, bro? Thank you for the kisses. He's giving kisses to you guys. Ow. Sometimes they just do weird things that just wind up hurting. Like getting his tooth stuck under my nail. But, hey, bro. Yeah, you can use a gold coin. It'll do it. With Swaggers, though, it's really just what you say. And as much as Swaggers has so much energy and runs around and jumps on everything, once you start hypnotizing him, he just stays in one spot. And he can't resist it. He'll try to stay awake. You could see him trying to open his eyes, and he can't. It's the funniest thing. You could hypnotize him whenever you want. You put him to sleep. But he wakes up. So, like at the vet, I put him to sleep. I hypnotize him, but then he wakes up. And he'll really go nuts at the vet. He's not a fan. He's so smart, man. Like, when I drive him to the park, he knows the way. What's up, the real whiz TCG? Thank you. Pouncer says thank you. His name is Pouncer. So, sometimes I'll try to trick him. So I'll take him to the park, which is sort of on the way to the vet. Then I'll go to the vet. And, Swaggers like to sit in the back. And then he just hits me in the head, man. He knows the way. So once we go into the park, he's very well behaved. Once we pass the park, he knows. He immediately hits me in the head. And then I say, all right, we got to get you in the box. And that's a whole ordeal. Getting Swaggers in like the little transport box it's an event. Oh God, and you pay a price. Your body pays a price. That dude looks like he could mess some stuff up. Well, let me show you. He can. You gotta go. Well, I appreciate you coming. Thank you. Have a nice night, B. It's a lot to watch for these years, right? I'm glad he's doing it because the whole morning he was sticking his head in the toilet and he's blowing bubbles, believe it or not. So I've never seen a cat do that. And he wouldn't stop. So of course, I close it, then he opens it. Yes, see you, buddy. So thank you, Real Wiz TCG. Appreciate that. So then I say, all right, forget it. I'm just gonna go to the bed. Fuck it. I'm gonna lie down and just forget about this because he's impossible. He opens the door. He opens the toilet seat. And he sticks his head in it and he blows bubbles and he wouldn't take his head out. It's so disgusting. So then he opens the door to the room, the bedroom I'm in, jumps on me and he puts his disgusting wet head on me and starts giving me kisses. It's just repulsive. This is the most revolting thing. Why would you do that, bro? So maybe that's why he's taking his bath. I don't know. I don't know what he does, man. Sometimes they just take baths all day, and it's funny because you could pet them when they're bathing, and they get pissed off, right? Sometimes they're like, "Well, I just cleaned that. I just cleaned that, right? Does this bother you? This bother you? This bother you? This bother you? Are you gonna clean me? Good, because you made those cuts. Thank you. Did you know that when cats purr, the purr has healing qualities? That if a cat is hurt, it'll purr when it's alone, and it'll heal them. And if a cat is on like your belly and purring, often it's trying to heal you. It's interesting, isn't that? Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. Pouncer has never purred. It's in his bloodline. Swagger purred once in his life, just one time. But Pouncer doesn't purr. I'm sure that he's happy. Why would he not be happy? He's happy all the time. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't do anything. But he's a YouTuber, right? He's got a career. But really, he plays, man. He's given up all of his hobbies, all of his interests, most of his education. He plays all day. So I try to get him a new toy every day because that's what they like. They like new. They like new things. They get sick of their old toys. So, they're expensive, man. It's expensive. And he goes to the toy store and he goes in the cart and he'll pick out his own toys. And sometimes, if there's a lot of people, if it's during the daytime, they get scared because these guys, they bond to one person and then they yell at everyone else. So, like when I take him to the gym, he just chews out the whole place. Even though it's at night, he just yells at everybody. But he'll come to me and then he jumps on me, which hurts like hell. And, he wants to be held because it's like when he was a baby. I carried him everywhere. That's what's cool is that you got to get these guys as babies. I'd carry Swaggers everywhere. Well, that didn't work because he's just crazy. But with Pouncer, I carried him everywhere too. And, it worked. You can sort of mold him into what you want. But also, you got to bear in mind that as they enter adulthood, there are instincts that are going to just kick in. And one of them is to, chase things. So, you see, like Pouncer's always been very nice with the cats that I have to live outdoors. They're not really mine, I just feed them. And, you watch the video, you'll see he just sits there and he watches over them. He always has. But lately, now that he's entering adulthood, he's been hitting them. And he'll also just hit their plate of food. And it goes flying everywhere. It's so rude. And, you know, he loved them. They love him. Like, once he comes outside, they come over, they bump heads to him, they rub against him. They love him. But he's such a snob. And lately he's been hitting them. I put up some videos of it. It's just terrible. I feel so bad. I try to make him apologize. And then I've been teaching him to sit. But it only works when I have a mouse. You gotta bribe him. So I gotta push his tush to sit down. And even then, I don't know. I feel really bad about this because it was so nice them hanging together. And there's like 7 or 8 of them now. And it was so nice. But I'm hoping he doesn't, go full swing in that direction. Swaggers would immediately, instantaneously kill a cat, anything that's smaller than him. And just by the way, their diet works like that too. So, any animal their size or smaller, they'll eat. Um, if it's bigger, usually they'll play with it. Like swaggers love dogs. Pouncer used to love cats. I don't know what's up with that, man. I'm gonna work on it. I hope it works. But what's interesting is that it's the same with meat. So if you give them beef, they won't like it really. I mean, they might eat it, nibble on it, and then they're going to realize that they actually know it's from an animal bigger than me. So they won't eat it. And it could even be ham. You know, so you figure, well, a pig isn't that much bigger than them, but it is, sufficiently big. And they're not going to see a pig in the wild and kill it. So they don't really like ham at all. So Swaggers is crazy for turkey bacon. You give Swaggers turkey bacon, he'll be your friend for life. Pouncer, not so much. Pouncer loves mice. And I gave him his first mouse the other day. I put up the video. Damn, we got videos of everything up there, huh? And I thought for sure, even Swaggers, his first time, that he was going to sniff it and kiss it a little bit and, look at it and try to listen and then eat it slowly. But he just grabbed it right away, like just jumped right in his mouth and just gobbled it up. So I was kind of impressed by that. So I got him 6 more. He gobbled them up. But now he's realized that he can play with them. So it's weird, right? Isn't it weird seeing those big cats in the wild hanging out with like a baby deer and they play with them, and they're gonna kill them eventually, but first they have to play with them. Like, what is that? I'm not sure we'll ever know, but it makes me kind of sad. You know, in a way, it's cool because the animal must be less scared, but you know, you know what's coming, and it's just what an utter betrayal, right? I think his collar has aliens. What does it say? Mandarin or something? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to read. So today, he got a new harness. He hates. Oh, excuse me. He hates. I'm using the word hate. He hates when I put on his harness, but there's no choice. So you got to sort of man up and just hold him against his will, and he's gonna yell at you and hit you. And same thing for their costumes. So like Swaggers for Halloween. What was he? Last Halloween he was a lobster, and man, he just beat me. He just beat me. He just ripped off a lot of skin. He bit me, but I got the costume on, and he was cute. Then he ate it. Then he was a bumblebee. That was kind of cute, but he was able to get out of it after a while. You know, it's fun to dress them up. Just, as long as it doesn't really bother them. But with Pouncer, he'll see the harness or the collar or the costume, whatever it is, and right away it's a toy. With the collar, he helps me actually. He knows he's going outside once he sees the leash. So he'll come running with me to the door. He's made the association. And, he just lets me clip it on. He just comes to me and he actually helps me. But with the harness, he's not a fan. And that's my fault. Because when he was little, he had a harness, the red one. He grew out of it, so I gave him a rainbow one. But that one I left on for too long. And I think it started to hurt him. So when I took it off, he became so happy. He, like, too happy to the point where I realized, man, I messed up. I didn't take it off soon enough. So I think that's why with harnesses, he's not a big fan. But even then, he didn't like it. None of them really like it. Who wants to wear a harness? But, it sucks because I got to take it off when he's inside, usually. Um, and then put it back on every day. So look, you're gonna take a beating here and there. He's a good boy. He really is. He's a very sweet cat. Let's see if I can show you his cute face. The camera. I see it's not working well. Can't you just turn around, buddy? He's sleepy. So you got to view the ears. Anyway, look, we've been here for what, a half hour. I think we're gonna take off. I'm gonna go get him some barbecue. I'm gonna go to the park. There's a beautiful park here that's open at night, and they have an enclosed giant field. And there's no one around. There's lots of fun. though he always finds a way to get in trouble. He'll try to go. He'll just the whole place is giant, right? It's just a giant place. There's so much room to play, but what he'll do is he'll go right to the fence and try to go under it just so he can get into like the private property because there are people that live behind it. Because he's a troublemaking little kitty. But anyway, look, hope you guys have a nice week. I thank you for being here. Pouncer, thank you for being here. Say bye bye. Say bye bye. Look at them. Say bye bye. Bye bye. Don't you wonder what they dream about? Bye bye. What a good boy. What a good boy. You are. So maybe we'll come back soon, do another live. We haven't done this much. It's always better to do it around 7 or 8 o'clock. So we came late because we were on, what were we on, TikTok or something. So we will see you guys. You're so cute. He's such a good boy. We'll see you guys soon and have a very nice week. And he goes back to sleep. You're funny, bro. You're a funny kitty.